Yo YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy ADudeNamedKris here, bringing to you a brand new video. Gotta take my hat off, it's a little too hot up in here. But this new video is going to be some sneaker tips for being a sneakerhead on a budget. Most of these that I use, I have the list on Complex, the list will be down below. But most of these I agree with, and a lot of these that I have used when my money ain't right. The first one I have is make sure your funds are okay for shoes. I mean, you should not be missing bills just to cop the new Jordans that come out. And that's a big one that I learned back when I was trying to get everything, is make sure your money's right before you really start getting into collecting and buying multiple pairs of shoes. That kind of goes with another point that I have, and is don't try and cop everything, man. You don't gotta cop the new shoe that comes out every weekend. I mean, if you like it, I mean, go ahead, I guess, but if your money ain't right, man, you don't have time to go out and buy the new release every weekend, because I feel like Nike and Jordan's busting out a new shoe at least every weekend, if not multiple shoes every weekend. Which is kind of crazy, and they still making a bunch of money on that. But another thing is, as far as being smart in the sneaker community, is take advantage of sales, man. I know sites like Bodega and Karmaloop do super crazy sales. Karmaloop does sales, I mean, you're up to 70% off. And when those hit, check them out. I mean, it'd be stupid not to look at those sales and buy a shoe that's on sale compared to full price. I mean, that's just my outlook on it. If you want to pay full price, I'm always looking for the cheapest price to buy my shoes. And that also kind of goes into this other point that I have, and that's check out your outlets and thrift stores, man. I preached about it last video. Outlets. I mean, they have some super dope shoes for super dope prices. And it's extremely hard to beat when you go in there and find a pair of shoes that someone returned that you missed out on a release, and you get them for below retail. As far as thrifting, I don't really thrift. I know there's a bunch of people that do thrift, and they kind of find some heat in there, but that's not really me. But I know if you're into it, go ahead. I might start doing that just because I've been kind of getting into more different clothing like that, as far as like vintage clothing. I think that's really cool. But I mean, yeah, thrift stores and outlets, I'll preach that to the day I die. Let's see what else I got on my list. And again, don't try everything. A big thing too is when you go to like a release or so on, as far as this is what like really helped me as far as my shoes and shoe collecting, as far as on a budget, and that is like meeting new sneakerheads, finding like a Facebook group. Like I'm in Scoop 208's group. I'm in another one called SOS, which is Sneakerheads of Sacramento. I mean, just as far as you're in, like, that's kind of where I go to my go-to for finding shoes. And you kind of meet, like me, I got a bunch of people like in my size who I'm homies with, like my buddy Darian, Cersei, and James off the top of my head. Game Martinez as well too, that are all like basically my size, and we all kind of look out for each other as far as that. And you kind of meet, there's a bunch of sketchy people, I'm not gonna lie, in the shoe community, but there's also some really cool guys, and those four, man, are, I can think of, that are down to earth, definitely buddies that I've met through the sneaker community. I mean, it's just kind of, the more people you know, the better hookup you can get. You can find your so-called plug if you want. Yeah, but finding people in your community is great that are local too. I mean, also too, another thing with that is like find a eBay, like a good eBay seller, and Craigslist. But again, with that, you always got to look out for fakes and scams and everything. But eBay is extremely good. eBay and PayPal both, to be honest, are extremely good at protecting the buyer as far as making sure that your product's right and everything. Those are always great prices to find steals, because you never know. I know Soul Supremacy, for one, does crazy deals on eBay. I think they start everything out at $1, I believe, and they restock that whatever they put on eBay like every week. So that's also really cool. What else I got on this list? Another one that I saw was on the list that Complex wrote, which is funny, and that's go work at a shoe store. Go work at a Foot Locker, Finish Line, Champs, Nike, Adidas. You work there, you're gonna get a discount. You're gonna be able to get your shoes cheaper. I'm lucky enough to have a brother that works at Nike, so I get 30% off at the outlets and 40% off at Nike Towns. So that's something that I really enjoy. It's something that if you're really into shoes, you might really enjoy that job as well. So that's always an avenue. Let me see what else I have. I got, oh, there's a one too. This is actually goes directly towards me, and that's become an influencer. Become one of the guys that, like, I don't know, you see Kai Skitsum, Jock Suede, I don't know if you guys follow him. Scoop, I believe, does this as well, and Yo Anti. like Champs sends them stuff, Adidas sends them stuff, just so other people can see them. And that's another way to get your shoes for cheap, man. That's another way to get your shoes on a budget. Have a nice blog, start a YouTube channel. I mean, I know there's a lot of sneakerhead channels out there, and I appreciate y'all watching this video, but that's also another way to get your shoes for free, is be an influencer. That's basically like my #1 goal right now, is to get that status. I mean, of course, I think everyone that starts YouTube goes for 100K subs, but that's a long way other ways for me. But then the final tip, and this is something that I started doing once I moved back home, was reselling. I mean, a lot of people, when I say resell, I mean my resell is I would never rape anyone or charge super high prices. But basically, if I knew a shoe was coming out in a couple weeks that I wanted, I would sell a pair of shoes to get the money for that shoe. So then I'd be like, another shoe's coming out next week. All right, let me see what shoe I don't really need, and kind of keep that way. You kind of keep your rotation going. And also, the way I look at it is, you get someone else a possibility of having a shoe that they'll wear. Because if you're willing to sell it, most of the time you don't really wear it that much. But again, then finalize everything. Make sure your money's right. There is a way to be a sneakerhead on a budget. Another tip that I have that I literally just top of my head is one that I follow heavily, is don't buy your shoes brand new if you're buying from a sneaker group. That's kind of one of the things that I like to do nowadays, because I mean, always having a new shoe and busting out a new pair of shoes and being the one to undead stock is sick. I cannot lie, that is a good feeling. But I mean, if it's a shoe that you know you're gonna beat the hell out of, and someone has it in a great condition, 9 times out of 10 the price is going to be a lot cheaper than brand new. And that's the way I look at it, because once you wear yours, that's how much they're worth, to be honest. But buying a used pair, again, and also that you got to be wary of the fakes. But yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The original list of where I kind of got the idea for this video will be down below. It's from Complex. Updates getting really close to 500 views on the Crep video, on my collection video. Once that hits 500 views, I will be announcing the winner of my Crep Protect Care package. Again, thank you guys. My Crep Cure video has been blowing up out of nowhere, and all my new subs, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate all the nice comments you guys are sending, man. Much love to all you guys. But again, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you want to keep up with me and the channel, hit the subscribe as well. Until next time, guys, it's your boy ADudeNamedKris. Have a good one.